Assalamu alaikum, this is me Atisham Haider and you're watching my YouTube channel RILS. Now this video is the third video of a series of lectures that is about parts of speech. So in the previous two videos I discussed about the basic concepts of the parts of speech and noun and its kinds, and in the second video I discussed about pronoun and its types. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about adjective, the word, and in the parts of speech and its definition along with its kinds. So let's get to start the video. Now, what is adjective? Adjective is a word which is used to either qualify or quantify a noun. So basically, adjective works as the modifier of a noun or pronoun to either talks about the quality, either in a good sense or a bad sense, or it talks about the quantity or any particular aspect in terms of number. So this word adjective acts as the modifier of a noun or pronoun. Now let me give you a few examples so that you can get to understand that how this word modifies a noun or pronoun. Now if I use this word like in a sentence and I say that pleasant weather condition, like in a sentence that it's so pleasant weather. So if I say it's so pleasant weather, so the word pleasant modifies further the word weather in this sentence. So weather is a noun, whereas this word which is pleasant, that is an adjective. Why? Because it talks more about the noun. So this is why we refer it as an adjective. But if I say that two students are absent in today's session, so when I say two students, so two is the number which modifies the students. So two is like modifying this word student. This is what we call this two as a number, and this number is working as an adjective. So this is why we call it the adjective of quantity. So now, as I've already told you that it is a modifier, adjective as a modifier of a noun or pronoun, or it is a word that is used to either qualify or quantify a noun or pronoun. Now, let's get to have its various categories. Now, there are number of categories which people know, or grammarians actually, they construct adjective into various categories. Some of them they are of the view that they can be categorized into 11 types. Some of them they are of the view that they can be categorized in 10 types. But I would do it with 9 standard types which we most commonly see in our text or whenever we communicate our English. So whenever we communicate, our message in English, so we always use these various types of adjectives. So there are 9 various types which I'm going to discuss in this video. Now let's get to have their names, and one by one I will explain with relevant examples so that you can fully comprehend the understanding. So there are 9 types. The first one out of them is the qualitative, and this is also called as descriptive adjective. Number 2, which I would discuss, that is the quantitative adjective, and this is also known as adjective of number. The third type which I will discuss is the possessive adjective, and the fourth one, demonstrative adjective. The fifth one would be indefinite adjective. Number 6 would be the interrogative adjective. Number 7 would be the articles. Number 8 would be the proper adjectives, and number 9 we're going to discuss compound adjective. So these are the various 9 or different 9 types which we will discuss in this video. So the first type, which is qualitative or descriptive adjective. Now qualitative adjective is an adjective which tells you the quality or description of a noun. Like there are various examples that I would like to quote here. And if I say fast car, so fast is here as an adjective and car is a noun, an object. So you have already studied in the previous videos with regards to nouns. So I must recommend you to please watch that video if you don't understand this either it's a noun or which type of word in the past of speech. So the word fast is actually a modifier of the word car, that car is a fast car. So fast is modifying further, and it gives description, like, so the description can be given in the form of shape, form, color, texture, and there can be various forms of a noun. So these various forms of any object can be modified through the use of this particular part of speech, which is adjective. Now, like another example, if I give you, like I have previously talked about an example of adjective, that pleasant weather, or beautiful bird, or interesting story. All these words like beautiful, interesting, expensive gift. So the word expensive, they all are acting as adjective or modifier of noun, like gift is a noun and bird is a noun. So these words are called descriptive or qualitative adjective. Now let's get to the second type, which is the quantitative adjective. Now, as the name refers to, or we can also call it adjective of number, that it would tell you about the number of the noun. So here I would say, like, some of the examples which I would like to give you, one example can be that many students, or you would say that one person is sitting outside and waiting for someone. So one person, when you number that person, or noun, so person is a noun, and this one is acting as an adjective, but this is a quantitative adjective. So when you talk about the quantity of a noun or pronoun, so this would refer to actually the adjective of number or quantitative adjective. Now let's get to the third type. The third type is the demonstrative adjective. Now, what are the demonstrative adjective? You've already got to know. And one thing, sorry, before I move on, this demonstrative adjective, which I forgot to tell you in the examples of adjective, like how it modifies a pronoun, and also I also missed out one example in the qualitative adjective. So let me first talk about that adjective which modifies a noun, a pronoun as well, because noun, it modifies, but how it modifies a pronoun, the word adjective. So in a case when you say I am tired, or he's busy at the moment, so he is in this particular state, so he's busy, so he is a pronoun, and this word busy is modifying, thou, it comes in the post verb position, but this word is modifying that person, that like he is tired, or he is busy. So busy is an adjective, and tired is also an adjective, and they both modify the word he. And I talked about the qualitative and descriptive adjective. So you can also use the participle, like ing. The word is formed with the ing. You can also use this as this descriptive adjective, like any verb. Sometimes we have gerund which act as noun, like smoke is a verb, and when you make it as ing form, so smoking is injurious to health, so smoking is working as a noun. Or swimming is the best physical activity, so swimming is also working as a noun, but they are considered to be gerund. But if you talk about some qualitative or descriptive adjective, so you can turn that same verb into ing, and this would work, but it would come before a noun. Like we say flying machine, so you are giving description in the form of this ing, that flying machine. Or this can be even in third form, like torn shirt, like tear is the first form of the verb, tore is the second, and torn, T-O-R-N, is the third form of the verb. And tear means to cut, to rip off, or to cut something, and you say that torn shirt, so it's a torn shirt, and you say torn shirt, so the word torn is modifying the shirt, which is noun. So you have to also keep this in mind. Now let's get back to the third type, which I said, that is demonstrative adjective. Now demonstrative adjective, you have already studied in the previous video of pronoun, one of its categories, that you have got demonstrative pronouns like this, that, these, those. So all of them. I have given you the concept that this and that we use for the singular, near and far objects, whereas these and those are used for plural, near and far concepts. So similarly, you're going to use this demonstrative adjective, but there would be a difference between demonstrative pronoun and demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative pronoun can stand alone in a sentence, whereas this type adjective, demonstrative adjective, cannot stand alone. Like I give you one example of a demonstrative pronoun, and then I'll give you the demonstrative adjective example. So if I use one sentence and I say that this is his car. So this, after this, you see is a verb phrase. So this independently, it stands alone. But if you talk about this demonstrative adjective, so here you're going to use a noun after it, because adjective, remember, it's a modifier of a noun or pronoun. So here you're going to say this car is mine. So when you say this car, so this is modifying word car. But there in the demonstrative pronoun, it stood alone, it like to convey its meaning, like this is my car. So this is my car, and here you say this car is mine. So this car, this is acting as an adjective. So similarly, this, that, these, those cars are mine. So this is the difference between demonstrative pronoun and demonstrative adjective. I hope that is clear to you. Now, number 4 type is the possessive adjective. Now, possessive adjectives are the adjectives which, as the name refers to, that they would show possession over a noun. And you've got too many pronouns, and you have also studied in the personal pronoun and one of its subcategories of personal pronoun, like I discussed I, you, we, he, she, it, they, and there we discussed about dependent possessive pronouns. So all the dependent possessive pronoun like my, her, his, you have got its. So all of them, they actually dependent possessive pronouns, they actually work here as adjectives, because adjectives modify nouns. So you can call them, like if you use a word my car or my phone or her class, so it is her class. So her is the possessive adjective, and then car is a noun, so that is an adjective, but this would be one of its categories, which we call it possessive adjective. Now let's get to the 5th category, that is interrogative adjective. Now there are 3 types of words which we commonly use in order to reflect or portray this interrogative adjective type. So here we have like the words what, which, and whose. Like if I say what kind of dress, so what kind, so kind is a noun, and what we use, what kind of, like which dish do you like, so which dish, so which is modifying this dish, which dish do you like, or whose car is that. Now let's get to the 6th category, and that is indefinite adjective. Now indefinite adjectives, as the name refers to, that they would be adjectives which will be modifying the common nouns. So this is why we call them indefinite, not definite, indefinite adjectives. And we can say that some people, so some people, like they can be any person or any person, so any person or some people. So some is an adjective, whereas people is the noun, and then any is an adjective and person is a noun, so any person or some. So any, it can be any common person, so this is why we call it indefinite adjectives. Now let's get to the next category, number 7. It's a proper adjective, and in proper adjective, as the name refers to, it would refer to some definite or proper objects. And here we're going to have examples of some of the like adjectives, and they can which fall under this proper adjectives. Like you say that Chinese rice or restaurant, Chinese restaurant, or you say Italian pizza, or you can have that American English or British English. So British, American, Chinese, Italian, all these words are proper because they are specific words and they modify further a noun, American English. So English is a noun and American is modifying it. So this is why we call it proper adjectives. Now let's get to the 8th category, which are articles, and we're going to have this article in the parts of speech in a separate video. Why? Because there is a concept behind that and it's so technical to use definite and indefinite article, which I would explain in the upcoming video of adjectives, which is one of the categories of the parts of speech. So articles basically are of two types. One is definite, which is the or the, you can say, whereas on the other hand you have indefinite articles, which are two words. One is a and the other one is an. So what is the concept? Basically they also work as an adjective to modify, to determine a noun, like you say a person, or you say an engineer, or you say the student. So the students, so the is working as an adjective and students is a noun, so they are called as the articles. Now let's get to the last category, and which is the compound adjective. As the name refers to, that there would be a combination of two words which will act as an adjective to modify a noun. So here I'm going to give you one or two examples. Like if you say if this chair is broken, and you would say that broken down chair, so it is fully in the broken form or broken down chair. So broken down, two words with a hyphen, you can use it, and then these two words together would refer to the chair. And you can say that 6 feet long tree, so 6 feet long, so it's a compound, a kind of poly adjective, which, or poly word that you can call it, which comprise of these many words, like 6 feet long tree. So you say tree is a noun, and before that this whole is a set of compound adjectives. So I hope that you have found this video interesting and informative. If you liked my video, please like and share, and also subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon button for more informative videos with regards to the basic English grammar. If you have any specific query with regards to this particular topic, so you can feel free to type your message in the comment box below, and I will respond to your queries. So thank you so much for watching. Wish you all the luck. Stay happy and blessed. See you in the next video.